Thank you, Coach. We'll open up the floor for some questions.
Afternoon, Coach. Letaba from EDSQ Times. Coach, you've been emphasizing that results do not matter, but for the players who are obviously raising their hands to be here for more than one camp, how important is a win tomorrow for their confidence as the players?
I think if you start the game, you always have to play for winning the game. And we will do that tomorrow also. It's not because I'm telling you that the result is not important. That I will still be happy after the game. I was not 100% happy Friday either because we only played a draw. You only always want to win the game. But again, that was just a little part of it. The biggest part was the performance of the team and the individual performance of the players, and that will be tomorrow also. We like to win the game. Don't misunderstand me. I want to win against Mozambique, and we have to take in account also a little bit our ranking. So if we could win tomorrow, that would be better than a draw or losing the game. So again, we will try everything to win the game. And let's hope we can succeed.
Hi, Coach. My name is Obani from Far Post. You speak about obviously giving players or evaluating players now in this camp. I just wanted to find out from you. Obviously, we have other players playing in the COSAFA as well. Is it something that you are keeping tabs on in terms of the players that are doing well for future consideration?
Yes, therefore it was very good now that COSAFA was also during a FIFA period, because in the past we wanted to do the same thing, but the COSAFA was always not in a FIFA break, and the teams didn't release their players. So now we made a list of about 40 players, I think, before those games, and we took the 23 who are now with us, and from the rest of 17 players, I think there are 11 or 12 players now in COSAFA. So that is a very good thing, and also that we are following. So we are looking at the games they played against Zimbabwe last game, and now next week against Mauritius, if we can, tomorrow I think. So this is important too, to see how those players are doing, and again, it's a little bit evaluation time. We had a list of 40 players. Most of them were new, most of them were young. So what can I ask more than play with the team I have on my disposition 2 games? And on COSAFA, the coach can also put those players in the team. So the evaluation will be total after COSAFA, and then we will see for the future. Are there players we can use in the near future or maybe later? That is something we have to evaluate. But again, it's a very good thing that at one part we have our games against Tanzania, Mozambique, and at the other part there is a part of players who are playing COSAFA.
Michael Makuwa from Sibisi. My question is all about the issue of support. Looking into your last game against Tanzania, how do you rate the support that you get here at this stadium compared to other stadiums?
You mean the support of the supporters?
Yes, support as in terms of fans.
Yes, okay. It was not what I expected last Friday, but okay. There was atmosphere in the stadium, so the crowd. I heard the crowd and also the players. I think they were supported. But yeah, you always wanted what we saw in the past qualifiers for World Cup, a full house. But I can understand it is only a friendly game. Against Tanzania, against Mozambique, so that people are not really ready to come and see those games. But I hope there will be the same, and let's hope a little bit more supporters tomorrow, because again, even for friendly games for the players, it's yes, it's much more comfortable when you are supported by a bunch of many players, many supporters, than if you have to play in front of an empty stadium.
Coach, are there any injury concern or players who didn't recover well from last week's match?
Are they what?
Any injury concern or players who didn't recover well from last week's match?
I don't understand.
Are there any injury concerns?
Injured? Oh, no. Everything is fit. Every player is top fit. So, but again, as I said, maybe it's the first time that happens. You all know the team of tomorrow, because is the rest of the players who didn't play or didn't start the game on Friday.
Coach, good afternoon. No, Paul from Soccer Beat. Coach, you just said that it's going to be a very tough game tomorrow. What would you say is going to be the defining point of the match against Mozambique?
You know, we're preparing the match like we prepare every match, and even it's a friendly game. And we also knew and saw what Mozambique was performing on AFCON. Remember the game against Ghana? So they kicked Ghana out with a draw they played after being 2-0 down, I think. So that means, and there are new players now. It's a little bit another team with players who are playing abroad also. So that means that, and also in the qualifiers, we saw the game against Uganda. Against Algeria was a little bit less, but okay, it's Algeria. This is one of the best teams of Africa. So, but we prepared very well, and you see also in that team there are a few, 2-3 very good players who can decide the game. At the other side, it's a different team than Tanzania. It's more a team that wants to play football because they have the players to play football. So in that part of the game, it will be a little bit more, how shall I tell it, comfortable than having to have to play against a team who is there with 9-10 players behind the ball and is just waiting and playing in transition. And that was what happened with the Tanzania, so we had to be very careful for that. Tomorrow it will be a different game. They play football, they want to combine. So yeah, it was tough against Tanzania, but it will be tough tomorrow also, but in another way. So we have to be ready, and we have to try to find their weaknesses and to take advantage of it.
Good afternoon, Coach Nico, Sibisi. We already know obviously the team that is going to play tomorrow, but on Friday you indicated that you were happy with some of the players, you were not happy with others. Are you likely to use the ones that you were not happy with when it comes to substitutions?
No, as I said already, it will be those the guys who started on the bench Friday will start tomorrow the game, and that has nothing to do with happy or not happy, good performance or bad performance. I said before the two games in the beginning of the camp, I said already, look, I will take the opportunity to play with a team against Tanzania, to play with the other team against Mozambique, if there are no injuries. So there are no injuries, everybody is top fit. He is the captain, but the captain was on the bench last Friday because of that. We have to try also to have a team in balance. And I said it, I think last Thursday before the game against Tanzania, the first team we met on paper, Elman and I, when the 11 names were on the paper, we saw that there were 7 or 8 players from Pirates. And we don't do that. So we mix them and always taking in account that they need a balance in the team. So I think it's a very good thing that Sibi tomorrow plays next to Mbokazi. It's the first cap for the guy. He's 19 years old. He's an older player, has experience. So those kind of things we looked a little bit and try to implant that in the teams. So that the team of tomorrow will be totally different than the one of Friday.
Right, great pages. Coach, I noticed something on Friday when we were playing against Tanzania. Most players were falling all over the pitch. Was it something that you anticipated, or was it something that was happening on the pitch, or
No.
do you still love the pitch like you used to talk about it before?
Yeah, no. There is nothing. Was nothing special or whatever. You know, we always try to play like we like to play, and not adapting on the opponent. We looked surely at their weaknesses and at their strong points, qualities, but the basic is how we are going to play, and we did that against Tanzania. Even it's a team playing in transition, so you look a little bit more how we are going to handle that. And now tomorrow it's a different team, it's a different style, so we have to take take care of some other things. So again, I was not surprised Friday, or I was not whatever. What happens on the pitch happened on the pitch, and again, I think if we could score, certainly the first time, the chances we have, we always win that game.
Good afternoon, Coach. Bongani Mtimkulu from Teta FM. Coach, I just want us to drift away from Bafana. Looking at Mamelodi Sundowns yesterday, they flew to the USA, and the player that got his first cap, Tapelo Maseko, did not make the trip to the USA. I heard rumors that he might be going to Europe. Do you think him missing out on such an opportunity might dent his chances of still playing for Bafana?
You know, every player has a chance to play for Bafana. It depends on the fact that he's playing and that he had the qualities for it. So, what happens now in Sundowns, you know, when you have 35 players, you had to leave players at home. You can't do it, you can't go with 35 players to America. I think they are now 27, I think. So it's still a bunch of players, because you have to work with 27 players every day. So it's not so easy, but okay. They make their choices, and you know, when you have to make choices, there are always players who you have to drop. And that happens with Maseko. What's the other one? Maseko also. Who's the other one who's not there? There are some players who are not there, but yeah, that's a choice of the coach, and also, yeah, sometimes tactically, yeah, you can't take 3 players of the same style for the same position. So sometimes it may be difficult for you to understand why we drop a player or why we don't take a player, but that has to do with tactics and with balance in the team and so on and so on.
Okay, the last 2 questions for the coach.
Coach, my question is just a follow-up on the colleague's question. Mine is on Thembazwane. Are you hoping that he will play in America, having missed the final of the Champions League?
Yeah, I said that already before. I think that Themba is the injury is okay. I think, but I have to see him every day. There must be a reason why he didn't play so much for the moment. Maybe he's physically not in order. I don't know. This is something, but I think that the coach knows what he does with Themba. He knows also his qualities, and I think if Themba is ready for it to play a game, then I'm sure of it that he will play. But again, I don't know the situation. I saw Themba, I think 2 months ago when I visited Sundowns, when I had a chat with the new coach. But at that moment, everything went well, but he was certainly not ready. Okay, we are 2 months later now. I don't know, but I'm sure of it. When Temba is ready, when Temba we play games and the injury is okay, yeah, then certainly he's ready also to play for Bafana.
Can you take us one last